They really brought energy to the game. It just didn't go their way.
You know what? That was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, Steve, and they were right in it until the closing moments.
Now here is Smith. The drive by Jordan. Back to Smith. Second chance shot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of this game.
You know, when something works for you, you stay with it. The Heat saw after the 2012 finals that small ball was very effective for them. You can see why they chose to do that, given how hard it is to find a power forward that can match up with LeBron. Makes good sense.
Battier covered by Smith. Battier the pass to Chalmers. Poked away. It's stolen by Smith. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Great job capitalizing on that steal and getting the easy points in transition.
Exactly how it should be done after a turnover.
And mismatches really are what make an NBA offense go at times. Not only about a minute played so far here in the first. So the Heat, their last game, a win against the Warriors in Oakland.
How about the box score from that game? The accuracy from the three-point line, just remarkable.
Yeah, it was a stream of threes that allowed them to repeatedly deflate that crowd.
Now the dish to Carter. Smith. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, people look at Mario Chalmers and say he might not be your typical point guard. He's not a big-time penetrator or playmaker, but he's a good fit for the Heat with his active defense and spot-up shooting from long range. I think it's a hand-in-glove fit, actually.
Shots good by Bledsoe. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Mavs.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers and getting some points in transition as a result.
And Chalmers, a 3-time All-American, NCAA champion his junior season at Kansas, received the Most Outstanding Player Award for that 2008 tournament.
Hit what was probably the biggest shot in Kansas history, the three-pointer that sent that game against Memphis into overtime that allowed the Jayhawks to go on and win that national championship. Well, with this soft D, they're allowing them to shoot a very high percentage from the field so far.
Yeah, and they're just not offering any resistance, not making anything difficult for them, and they're able to kind of do whatever they want to do.
Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
Defending Amari Stoudemire is always a challenge, but Coach said he's even tougher now that he's developing his back-to-the-basket game. He said Amari can drive, shoot, and now post. He's going to get his points. We've just got to do our best to keep him away from the rim and deny him second-chance opportunities. A tall task, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
I love the aggressiveness with their approach, pounding the ball inside, and it's working.
They are owning this game early. They are constantly finding lanes to the basket.
Wade, headed by Stoudemire, and it's blocked by Jordan. And stolen by LeBron. Can they get it? Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk clock coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders over the last 10 games. Man, can these guys pass the ball? Number 1, Eric Bledsoe.
Just dropping dimes these recent stretch of games.
Here's Carter. And he makes the 8-footer.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
The drive by LeBron. That's good from Battier on the assist by LeBron.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be. Wade
against Carter. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
And always good to look at the backstory of the stats. Here are some numbers for Dwayne Wade. 5th in scoring, 11th in steals. And there aren't too many guys more efficient offensively around the league. He's in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, going back to a spot near the very top of the scoring list, I mean, he's come up with so many different ways to beat you at the offensive end of the floor. He's almost unguardable.
Dallas on defense. Chalmers dishes to LeBron. Kicks it to Wade.
Oh! Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how brilliant play that.
Had just exerting his authority out there. Looks like they're going to have one of those days where they can do no wrong.
Well, they haven't done anything wrong so far. Double-digit lead already.
Chalmers with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Let's take a look at Dallas. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, the Spurs. Right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
I think for the Mavericks, they're a team that came almost completely off the pace this season. Nobody saw them being in the position they're in.
And I'll tell you what, the longer we wait for the bottom to drop out, the more unlikely it gets. I think we've reached a stage where we can officially say they're for real.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Miami.
Well, he's established himself as one of the league's premier clutch performers. You know, with some unbelievable plays down the stretch of tight ball games.
And you know what else, Steve? Watching him run the pick and roll is like watching poetry in motion. I mean, this guy has that basic play down pat. He's unstoppable when he runs it.
And the Heat making a change here. Oden's checked in. Wade misses.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game. So far, the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass. Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
Haslem a screen on Carter. Chalmers against Bledsoe. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That's his first foul.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
A different look for Miami. Rashard Lewis. He's checked in for LeBron. Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers.
Wow, he's got such a sweet three-point stroke. The way he can shoot it, forcing opposing bigs out on the perimeter, can really open up the lane.
And that one's good. McGrady.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Tinsley pass to White. And Gibson kicks to White. Stoudemire. McGrady defended by Allen. They get the rebound. Here's Stoudemire. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Stoudemire's got his first 2 points. Here's Cole. Tinsley covering. And Cole kicks to Lewis. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Lewis has got his second bucket tonight.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
McGrady dishes to Tinsley. Pass to Gibson. Dallas moving the ball around. Gibson setting the pick for McGrady. White. Here's Gibson. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Hakeem Ward. He's checked in for Stoudemire. The Mavericks shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Well, you look at the numbers, 79% as a team on the season. That's very impressive.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results. Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslem. Born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat, and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
White the pass to Tinsley. The three-pointer, no good. And back to Haslam. He helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence, took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of our position.
It was really heavy back then at Florida. He had to lose a lot of weight before he was ready to play in the NBA. Went to Europe to play first. He's been the heart and soul of the Heat organization ever since.
McGrady kicks to Gibson. Warwick. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
And the second free throw, good. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's stolen by Green. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And the defense paying instant dividends. Fast break basket.
Yeah, that transition was immediate. Didn't waste a second getting out on the break.
It's tipped. Here's Cole. McGrady covering. Cole off the pick from Bernardo. And Cole kicks to Bernardo. Just 3 on the clock. He lays it in. So as we end the first quarter, already tune in next Sunday. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
And how about the defense, guys? They have really controlled the lane with their shot blocking.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Every shot has either been altered or rejected.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Heat, we've got Allen. Jarvis Bernardo is out there with Chris Anderson. Then there's Lewis, and it's Cole in at the point guard. Miami shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. The Mavericks number 1. In fourth, the Heat.
It's not the whole story, but it's a good sign for both of these teams that they can score effectively for more than just a game or two. Game after game they've been doing it. It's only been 10, but that's enough to know it's not a fluke.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Jordan's checked in. And Cole kicks to Bernardo. The feed to Cole. That's good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Allen outside. Lewis outside. Dishes it to Cole. Unloads from 9. Mavericks with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys, is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And, Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. Really solid.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Chris Anderson. No good from Jordan.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left in the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though.
Cole dishes to Bernardo. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Bernardo's got 6.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And, Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Over the last month, let's see how the Mavericks fared in the NBA rankings. First in scoring, first in assists, And they're also number one getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. An aggressive team that ball hawks very effectively.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. And this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Miami. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, the Nets. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Well, I think for Miami, they played terrific basketball this year. They haven't missed a beat after the success they had last season. So it's hard to find a team that matches up with them comfortably.
Well, you're right, Clark. I mean, they would probably have the upper hand against almost any team in this league. I mean, they're a very difficult matchup. They've got plenty of talent, and they're so well coached. And what I like is they play hard every single night.
LeBron, he's checked in for the Heat. Chalmers comes in for Norris Cole. Stoudemire. McGrady outside. Dallas, no good that time either.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
They're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint. Much has been made about the show LeBron puts out during games, but he also puts on a spectacle in his pregame routine. Last season, he and others started pulling out all the stops and dunking in the pregame warm-up in an effort to break a sweat.
Here's Jordan to end the drought, and he lays it up and in. Stoudemire's got his second bucket of the night.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Bosch passes to Battier. Here's Chalmers. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Chalmers has got 6 points in the quarter. And Clark, you mentioned the pregame dunks for LeBron, a devastating finisher. Some have asked why he's never competed in the All-Star Slam Dunk competition. In fact, I say that every Saturday night I'm sitting on that microphone. Why isn't LeBron in this competition?
Wouldn't it be nice? In fact, I think, didn't Magic Johnson even put up a $1 million incentive for him to compete? Yeah, it would be incredible to see him. I don't know. I think it's become almost a chore for players these days to enter, but it would be fantastic to see him out there.
Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That's game one of a 3-game road trip. McGrady kicks to Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yes, Steve, working on that shot, and that was a tough one.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home.
Yeah, no question for the Thunder. That's a game they'd really like to have.
James White, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Tinsley comes in for Hardaway.
Well, for LeBron James, guys, the stats say it all. He's always a beast. But when you play him at the power forward position, his numbers take on a whole nother level of excellence.
And Clark, you mentioned LeBron playing at the 4 being a tough matchup for teams. Steve, why is that?
Well, we've seen the same thing with Carmelo Anthony, a guy who's playing at the 4, who has great size and strength, but also ball handling ability. It compromises the defense, particularly when you put shooters around him. And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Allen dishes to LeBron. Chalmers lets it go from deep. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 5th assist in this one.
Kevin, he does a great job of moving without the ball, and he gets a lot of good looks because of that movement. And as long as his teammates are setting screens and looking for him, he can be lethal from the outside.
And that is the key, Steve, but his release in those catch-and-shoot moments is also terrific.
They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. How some of the numbers NBA wingman have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. LeBron James, number 1. In the 3rd spot, Josh Smith.
Well, that is such an efficient group offensively. That's really the best way to describe it. Nothing forced, just solid, smart shots.
And at small forward, that's the only way to post that kind of percentage. I mean, just letting them fly from the perimeter isn't going to get it done. You got to get it inside some, too.
Battier sets the pick for LeBron. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
I'm sensing, guys, this game is starting to swing their way.
To me, it seems like they're taking charge as their lead gets more and more comfortable.
Mavericks trailed by 8. Carter covered by LeBron. That drive by Carter. Shot's good. Carter's got 10.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
It's stolen by Carter. Pass to White. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Miami leading by 4. LeBron drives in, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Stolen by Carter.
If you really want to make things hard on yourself, that's exactly how to do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Well, they're not doing themselves any favors. The next possession needs to be a good one. They've got to find their offensive rhythm.
Miami's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Tipped away. LeBron with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Chalmers' shot is no good.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
Down low, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
In a tough league like the NBA, here's where Miami sits right now in the league ranking. First in scoring, first in fewest turnovers a game. And they're number 2 in assists. This is a team that loves to share the basketball.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. And this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Dallas. Pope loose. Shot from 12. That one goes. Count. Chalmers has got 13 points in just this quarter.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
That's good. 12 points for Vince Carter.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
And they double up with LeBron. White and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Miami has possession. It's back to Battier. The drive by Wade. The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And he can't get the first one.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And, you know, this lead is going to grow if they can continue to get to the free throw line.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Miami. And the dunk by Smith.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
So those could be an important 2 points, too, guys. Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
What a huge play.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And, guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And it's Wade with the jam.
Now, that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and a terrific finish.
Chalmers can't get it to go. And we've reached halftime in this one.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's half. San Antonio up.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Some great work by Chalmers. 13 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
Going forward, I think it'd be a good idea to let him spend a little more time behind the arc. He looks like he has a nice touch from out there.
Bledsoe is out there with Carter. Then it's Smith. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Jordan in at the center filling out the middle. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with.
And as he has gained more experience in the league, Wade has taught himself to rely a bit more on his jump shot and a little less on attacking the rim. But still, you see his confidence really lies in his ability to attack the lane.
It's Vince Carter on the wing. Wade is covering. Bledsoe for three. And it's Miami with the rebound. LeBron's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's blocked. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Smith's running. Stoudemire with the bucket.
I think he's been kind of passive today. And, maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
And Wade, still a player who thrives on getting in the lane, Clark, and for his career, under 30% from long range.
Yeah, his jump shot is more of a mid-range weapon, quite honestly. He loves the bank shot, loves the floaters, and is always looking to get somebody in the air with that pump fake. And usually, more times than not, guys bite, and he gets free throws.
He gets to the line, you're right. Josh Smith pulls it in. Smith's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And stolen by LeBron. Outside Bosch. And it's blocked by Jordan. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Vince Carter on top. In the third spot, Dwayne Wade.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. And those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, the two-guard position is where we often find a team's best defender, and that's definitely the case with these guys. Every one of their teams leans on them heavily at the defensive end.
Stoudemire. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. And it's 8 points for Amari Stoudemire.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
Another area where he excels is on one of the most fundamental plays in basketball, the pick and roll. He will lower the boom on the defender with a solid screen and then is terrific at rolling into space and getting the basket.
Bosch with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And the basket by Chalmers. Chalmers has got 15 points.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Stoudemire with a screen on Wade. Carter kicks to Bledsoe. Jordan.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Use this opportunity here to look at some stats for Eric Bledsoe. Some kind of performance he's been turning in and night out these past 4 or 5 weeks. First in assists, first in steals, and you see his work at the free throw line. He's been absolutely remarkable. Number 1 in the NBA.
And you threw his number 1 assist ranking out there, Steve, and what's really impressive is that not only is he creative, but he's a willing passer. The guy wants to give it up, and he really makes it easy for his teammates to score because he's so good at giving them the ball in ideal position.
Taj Gibson's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith kicks to Gibson. Gibson off the pick from Smith. Got it. Good job in the low post. Smith's got 10 points.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
Their plan is one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Tipped. And it's Josh Smith with the finish.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
And the Mavericks making a change here. White's checked in. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
And Bledsoe, here we go. Gibson with the screen on Wade. And White kicks to Gibson. And a strong finish with two hands. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Now Chalmers, 15 points in the game. Back to LeBron. And now running up the court, Bledsoe pushing it up. Leads him in there, gets the bucket. Now it's a 3-point Maverick lead. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Dallas?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
And the layup's good off the glass. Bledsoe's got 7 points.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
White drives in. Stoudemire lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Stoudemire's got 6 points in the quarter. The Heat trail by 5. Chalmers with it, averaging 10 points per contest. No good from Wade.
Taj Gibson out of USC is one of the top defenders in the league, guys, when you're looking at big men. Obviously, he's got the frame, the long arms, moves his feet well, but he can bang inside, and he's agile enough to cover and pick and rolls away from the basket.
Tries to save it. Here's LeBron. He's got 11. Lock at 6. That's good. LeBron's got 13 points. And Gibson with that 7'4" wingspan, an excellent shot blocker.
Well, I love the mobility that...
Man, that was unreal. Mark it up. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
LeBron with it. Now guarded by Gibson. LeBron James again.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
White gets this screen from Stoudemire. White with it. Wade picks him up. LeBron kicks to Chalmers. Stoudemire attacking. No good. Some solid defense from Battier. The Heat trail by 5. LeBron passes to Bosch. Back to LeBron. Inside. Wade. Some solid defense there from Eric Bledsoe.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Smith dishes to Bledsoe. Dallas, no good that time either. Miami's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. LeBron kicks to Wade. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. There's a chance now to see the league leaders in three-point field goal percentage. Shane Battier, number 1.
You know what, Kevin? He loves that three-point shot. He's got a honey sweet stroke, always on balance, tremendous rhythm, and he's confident when he lets it go.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Anderson has checked in for Bosch, and it's Lewis in for Shane Battier. Outside Carter. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And that's 15 points for Vince Carter.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. And the shot is good. Mavericks leading by 6. Feeds it to Carter. Carter left side. Smith. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Not loose. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Wade with it. He's got 11. Looking to get it going. It's stolen by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. With 2 seconds left, LeBron with the block. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Carter with the three. And it's in. Wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
They got it to double digits as we...
Sunday.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Mavericks leading by 12. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Ray Allen and LeBron fill out the wings. Chris Bosh is out there with Chris Anderson. And it's Chalmers in at the point. LeBron with it. And it's Carter picking him up. Allen kicks to Chalmers. Fires it up. Good. He hits the jump shot. Chalmers has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Miami. Vince Carter on the wing. Back to McGrady from outside the arc. Miami grabs the miss. Bosh has got 11 rebounds in the game. No good from Jordan.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
Bosh hits the pick for Chalmers. Allen right side. Misses off the right eye.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Timeout called the Heat.
Well, they're getting way too many easy shots in the paint. So this timeout is specifically for that reason. You got to tighten up the defense and start to make it harder for that offensive team.
I know it's easier said than done, but right now it just doesn't seem like the necessary effort is there.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make a simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
Thank you, Doris. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
James. And that one is hammered home.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Agreed. Guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
And it's blocked by Bosh. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. The second effort. Carter against Allen. And it's Carter missing.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
He dishes it to Bosh. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Bosh has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off. Perfect.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
And Miami making a change here. Wade's checked in. LeBron passes to Wade. Ball's knocked loose. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And finished off by LeBron.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek. That's what those alley-oops do, though. Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Mavericks leading by 8. Carter dishes to Gibson. Back to Carter.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Long range from the inbound. Can't get it to go. The Heat go the other way with it. Wade kicks to Battier. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 assists tonight. Carter off a pick from Jordan to the inside and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
The Heat trail by 6. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Smith. And that one is stuffed right through.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Bledsoe is guarded by Battier. Carter drives in, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Jordan. Dallas moving it around. Here's Smith. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
To the middle. And finished off by LeBron.
Watch out below. Get out of his way now.
No way that he was going to slow him down.
Not that time. They weren't about to take those points away from him.
And the Mavericks call time here. And some changes here for the Mavericks. James White, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Gerald Green comes in for Taj Gibson. And Tracy McGrady subbed in for Josh Smith. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Here's White, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Chris Bosh.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
He doesn't get the second one.
You know, normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning, but not so.
Pass to Wade. Deflected by McGrady.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Makes the lead pass. The drive by Green. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. On defense, the Heat trailing by 10. Count that one.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
It's Bosh with the drive. And he uses the glass on the layup. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Here's Carter. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Carter's got 26.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Knocks it loose. Chalmers past the bench. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there. Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Dallas leading by 9. It's stolen by Wade. And Chalmers kicks to Battier. Tipped away. Stolen by Bledsoe. The pass to Carter. To the paint. Trying to find White. Gets it to him. Carter kicks to Green. From outside, off the mark.
Well-contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
White drives in. Gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
What a finish with that hit.
Timeout called the Heat. They're losing by 9. We've got 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. And it's Miami with another. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Green with the basket on the assist by Carter. Carter's got 4 assists now tonight.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off and then he took advantage.
And here's LeBron outside, and he's able to get it back. And yes, sir, that one drops.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Wade dishes to Battier. LeBron passes to Battier. And the basket by Chalmers. And now just a 5-point Maverick lead.
Sharp pass to give his teammate the high percentage shot in close.
Back to Green. He kicks to McGrady. Green with a screen on LeBron. McGrady dishes to Bledsoe. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. Miami's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they let it fly from downtown. Oh, that's blocked. And they get it back. Throws it up high. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Boy, you got to love it. The picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
You know, and too, yeah, but it almost makes it a little more special. Just grace over power is the way I see it.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Time is definitely not on their side at this point.
Yeah, they need a quick bucket.
Here's Bosch. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
What a great game for Bosch in this one. He's got 12 rebounds, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
Well, he showed off how intelligent he is defensively. He understands where the ball is, where players are, what's happening in front of him.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Miami's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And it's Wade with the jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
"17 seconds left in the game. LeBron kicks to Wade. The putback connects. And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere to slam that one back in.
Well, that's making him pay for letting him get his hands on that rebound.
Yeah, is it ever, Kevin? Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
Battier off the mark there with the 3-point shot. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me,